to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number one sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. And we're going to get into some shocking stories from Sugarpalooza 8. I got Jay with me. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Recovering.
Yeah, Jay's going to join me. We're going to do a little wrap up. We're going to talk about some sugar dating things that we've both been experiencing lately. But if you have not joined our family on Patreon, we encourage you to do that now. It's patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. That is our fan club. And we have tiers as low as $15 a month. And we really appreciate all the support and help what we get with this show. And you'll get to see behind the scenes photos of Sugarpalooza 8. I've got, oh my gosh, Jay, how many do we have on WhatsApp? Hundreds of photos.
Oh yeah, hundreds of photos.
So I've got to go through, blur some faces, pick out a few, and we're going to start throwing them on Patreon. So if you want to see what went down this last weekend, we had a lot of fun. We're going to get into that, but it's at our Patreon. And then I actually have a couple people there who signed up for coaching. So we're going to be doing some coaching and profile reviews with them. And you'll get to hear all the episodes and extra sugars before anybody else. And just, things that we do not post anywhere else. It's just exclusively there. And we got a community chat. And then I get a lot of women who ask me if they can become a part of the women's only WhatsApp chat. Well, you have to join Patreon first, and then I will get you hooked up on that. But I think that thing's probably getting close to 100 women. So if you want to chat with women only about sugar dating issues and all kinds of things, we can hook you up there. Just let me know once you join if you want to join that group. But we do have a community chat, which is everybody that's on Patreon there on that website. So a lot of really cool stuff, and you'll find a link to it at the bottom of this episode, and it's on our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. All right, Jay, let's get into it. Well, I guess first of all, I wanted to read a pretty cool letter before I bring Jay in. So I get letters quite a few times, and then, these episodes, we get busy and I forget about them. But here's one I got the other day, and I just want to read it for you. It says, it's from, it's a woman who actually, I don't know, somehow she figured out my main Instagram account. We have our podcast account, which is, you can find it at Secrets of a Sugar Daddy at Instagram. And then she found my main account and followed me there. But she says, I want to thank you times a million for creating your podcast. I have been listening for a couple of years, every episode, and it's the only reason I had the confidence to create a profile. That has led me to meeting my soulmate, and now we have just welcomed a beautiful baby boy. My husband and I have probably crossed paths many times before meeting. We went to the same vet, favorite sushi restaurant, and my favorite, he was actually in the background of one of my pictures, literally crossed paths 5 years before meeting. It's pretty incredible. I don't think either of us would have given the other a chance if it weren't for meeting on this site. So again, thank you. I still listen to every episode, even though I'm not in the Sugar Bowl anymore. By the way, love the renovation stories. I learned so much from them. Yeah, so on my personal Instagram, I remodel houses and I make ugly things pretty, and I love doing that. And I post a lot of before and after photos and in the middle of remodel photos. So that's what she's talking about there. And so I really, really thank her for writing in. I asked her if I could read it, and she said, of course. And she said, and then she sent me a picture of her husband, her crossing paths like 5 years earlier. She was with her ex. I'm with my ex-wife, and he's with his ex-wife. Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I didn't read that much into it. So apparently she was married to a woman, and he was married to another lady, and there he is in the background of her photo that she took 5 years earlier, and they didn't even know each other. That is pretty crazy, isn't it?
That's nuts.
Anyway, they met on Seeking, I guess, and then now they're married and have a baby boy coming.
Wow.
That's cool.
Good for them.
So thanks for writing in. We really appreciate that. All right, Jay, Sugarpalooza 8 just wrapped up. otherwise known as Duapalooza, because we had a Dua Lipa tribute band come from LA, and they were fantastic. Let's first of all kind of just give a little recap of the weekend. So, we always have a few girls that come in early, and they stayed with Lily, and they're kind of like the Santa's little helpers.
Oh, they are.
Man, they did a fantastic job. They came in and helped you get your house ready.
Oh, yeah, because I was actually out of town. I came in on Wednesday, and they were already there pretty much.
Cleaning, prepping, getting all the tables set up and the banners hung.
Oh, yeah. When I got back, things were already set and in motion. So I don't think that I don't think the group can do without them.
Yeah, I can't thank them enough. It's when I decide that we're going to have a Sugarpalooza, I tell Lily, and then she just kind of sighs and goes, okay, because she knows how much work is involved, but she is the master party planner, my former co-host, Lily.
Oh, yeah, she must have some kind of massive manual that she just...
She's just good at it.
Oh, she is.
I mean, with her line of work that she's retired from, she's used to organizing things.
Oh, yeah.
So she just does an amazing job. And we kind of got this down. There's a process now.
Yeah.
Where, we kind of know what goes where and what we need to do. And then she makes her famous chicken salad sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. Those are great.
Of course, they were another big hit this year. But we've got some past party attendees who just love coming in early and setting up. And Lily was gracious enough to host them at her house. So they got the party set up, and then people started arriving. A few arrived Thursday. Did you take part in any of the festivities on Thursday? There's always a few people that come in to get the party started early.
Oh, yeah. Thursday we went to, what is that restaurant? It's in Scottsdale. It's like a really nice steak place. So.
Steak 44?
No, that was another night. But Mastro's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went to Mastro's.
That was great. Yeah, and it's great to see, I've known some of these friends for probably like 2.5 years now. So, and they live in all parts of both the country and the world. So therefore I don't see them very often.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very nice reunion for me to be able to see them again. Because I chat with a lot of them almost on a daily basis. And some of them are my closest friends in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to thank you for that, for bringing some of the closest people that I know right now. And I value them so much. And it's all because of you. It's all because of your introduction to this party, to the community,
right.
and it's I don't take it lightly. And there are things that I share with some of these friends that I don't share with my family, not even with friends I've known for like 20 years.
Right.
And so this community has been so valuable to me. I remember starting this whole journey completely clueless, and now just having women to bounce ideas off of. And it's not only about sugaring. A lot of it is about just male, female, intersexual dynamics that the money gets you in the door, but that's not enough.
Oh, yeah. We talk about that all the time. That's our cheat code to give us the opportunity, but then you got to do something from there.
Absolutely.
It can't be all about the money.
No, because you can be like an asshole with money and women still wouldn't want you.
Right.
So there's definitely many, many elements that are, you have to figure out after the money part.
Right. So you guys had a good time. I actually was slated to come join you guys, and I got stuck on a roof repairing an AC unit at a rental property. It was so hot. My poor tenants were like, we have no AC, so I couldn't just take off and go have dinner.
Oh, yeah.
I would have felt terrible. But
it's like 110 right now.
I know. It's really hot this week. Yeah, that's always nice, though, when people come in a little bit early and you're like, all right, let's have one last dinner, one last get-together before the craziness begins.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I love it when people stay well past Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. But because it was funny because, Tuber came up and said something to me like, yeah, when I met Bad Brad, he said the power play is to stay a day or two extra. There's a reason why. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So then Friday, the planes started arriving.
Oh, yeah.
And we started picking up attendees from Sky Harbor Airport and other places. And then I had like 6 Airbnbs that I had available to start housing all the women in. Were you able to see any of those?
Oh, yeah, I saw one of them. I dropped off two of the girls, and there were two girls that were already at this Airbnb. It was really cool. The Airbnb had a foosball table, a really nice pool, a ping pong table. I mean, it was like a party house on its own, you know?
Yeah, so what I do is I search for Airbnbs close to your house.
Yeah.
Because you're party central, you know, for this one. I used to search for them in Old Town Scottsdale close to my house. But since we've moved more towards the Central Phoenix, and plus Lily and Trucker live in Central Phoenix, it's just easier. And there's some really cool properties, and I try to set everybody up. I try to get it where they all have their own rooms. A lot of them have their own bathroom. Some of them have double beds, and the girls were like, oh, yeah, that's fine. You can stick, you know, so-and-so in there. I'm really good friends with them. Or, hey, a lot of the girls like, hey, we'll share a bed. Like, I can't believe how many girls will say, no, don't worry about it. Her and I will just share the bed.
It's a girl thing, for sure.
Yeah, it's a girl thing.
You can't do that with the guys.
No. The dudes wouldn't be doing it. So the guys usually stay at, you know, like a nice hotel. Like, I let them stay at the W or Global Ambassador or somewhere like that, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So that's really nice. So we started picking people up, shuttling them to their Airbnbs, which were all beautiful and gorgeous and fun in their own separate ways. They're so unique, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they all have pools.
You need that in the summer.
Yeah, or at least that option. And then we had the mixer at your house that night. And what were your thoughts of the mix? Now, this is the second time you've had the mixer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I really enjoy it because I get to see everyone, and quite a few people have said that that was one of the highlights. Just because it's just very relaxed. It's a very relaxed environment. There's a pool outside. There's a hot tub, and you know, a lot of the people have already known each other from past years, so it's a very nice venue to get reacquainted and share new stories. Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah, so the mixer is designed to introduce a lot of the new people for the first time, and then just kind of gather everybody who'd been here before to get the weekend started. It can be a little scary, or, you know, it's the fear of the unknown for some of the new people coming in. The old people are just barged right in, like, oh my God, how are you? And, you know, there are hugs everywhere, and they just fall right into where they left off. And a lot of them have been talking anyway for the last year on social media.
Oh, exactly.
So it's like never really stopped.
Especially the girls group. The girls group is so strong, and, you know, I just hear, I don't know what they talk about specifically in details, but I know it's a very tight group.
Yeah, it's a very, very tight group. Now, here's what kind of annoys me a little bit is I get people signing up for the party and then they don't show up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really annoying because
unacceptable.
I pay for the Airbnbs. I pay for their spots.
Yeah.
I paid for the next night, which we're going to get into, where we had the full dinner and band and DJ and dance floor and photo. But all that stuff, I say I pay for it. The sponsors paid for it, right?
Right.
So there's money, you know, that's paid to people for your spot, and then you sign up and then you don't even show up. I had one girl from Chicago who it was the most ridiculous thing. She signed up pretty late, was very, very excited, made her plans to come out here, bought the tickets, and then she took a look at the roster and she goes, oh, there's not enough Sugar Daddies, and, you know, I just don't think I'm going to come.
Oh my God.
Like, you have no idea what you just missed out on.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
so superficial.
Yeah.
You cannot be, like, to her, she thought, and no, this was ridiculous, but she told Lily and I, she goes, hey, sorry, I thought this was more of a speed dating thing.
Oh my God.
Like, what the fuck? At what point ever?
I don't want to be in a speed dating thing. That sounds horrible.
Even, where did you get that idea?
Yeah. I mean, I sometimes I kind of think that when, so
speed dating. You're just looking for a sugar daddy to pump some cash into you. That's all you're looking for.
Oh my God. I mean, I do kind of think sometimes when it's free, people might not value it as much, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've made so many great friendships, and, you know, I've had relationships from people that I've met through the party, long-term relationships, and for somebody to determine that, it's not worth my time, their loss.
Right.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
All right. Have you guys heard of Pod Comet? Well, I haven't either, but they are a sponsor of the show, and let me tell you a little bit about what they do. They have a software called Event Tracker, And this is a federated dashboard for the world of prediction markets. And these markets have become one of the most interesting real-time signals that we have. A live money-backed read on what people actually believe will happen across politics, economics, culture, sports, and more. But the signal is split across many separate venues, each with its own data, its own interface, and its own blind spots. So here's what Event Tracker does. It unifies them all in one spot. They aggregate markets from an unusually wide range of venues, broader than any comparable tool, and present them as one coherent, comparable picture. Live prices, volumes, cross-venue spreads, money flow signals, and news side by side. On top sits an AI layer that lets you ask questions of the whole corpus in plain language. Their goal is to turn a noisy, fragmented landscape into something an ordinary person can actually read with the rigor of a research tool, not the gloss of a tip sheet. So the premise is simple. The data people need to make sense of the world already exist, but is fragmented, inconsistent, and hard to use. They bring it together. Go to podcomet.ai now.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Now, everybody has their certain comfort zone in big social settings like that. So let's say we had the mixer at your house, and let's say there's like, I don't know, 35 to 40 people, right?
Yeah.
If you're somebody that knew and you know nobody, which I had people walk in who knew nobody. I had people walk in and hadn't even listened to a single episode of the podcast that I had met on Seeking. And we had some spots available. We had some cancellations. So I was trying to recruit more people to come to the party. And a few people did, but it was very, very tough for them because they didn't really know anybody. And they just didn't feel comfortable walking around talking to strangers. Where I can't imagine a better environment to do that because everybody is like-minded.
Right, exactly.
And everybody is so open and welcoming and just happy, and everybody will talk to everybody. There's no snobbiness, right?
Right.
That's what the beautiful thing, and people don't understand that.
Right. Yeah, I feel like people that are, I guess, veterans of the party are very welcoming to new people because they know that oftentimes there's the social anxiety and just the fear of the unknown. It's a very different party, or a very different culture than, say, like a modeling agency having casting calls where all the girls are competing for one another and it's like super cutthroat. It's not like that.
Yeah.
I feel like the girls are helpful to one another and very, very friendly. And, I've definitely noticed some girls that are new, but, by like hour two, they're chatting with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's a very open environment. They're very welcoming.
And then the other magic thing is when I just pair random people in Airbnbs together and they become friends for life.
Oh, yeah.
It was like almost like, oh my God, I'm so glad you put me in with this person. I can't imagine meeting a better person, and blah, we're going to stay in touch and all this stuff, right? And they travel around, see each other, and Lily and I actually we sometimes it's just random luck, and then other times we're like, I think this person might get along well with this person. It's the people that stay at the Airbnbs with other strangers. It's kind of like going to a camp.
Right, it is. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Going to a camp and you don't know anybody, then all of a sudden your bunkmates you become really, really good friends with because you get to know them over the weekend.
Right, and you probably are sharing stories before you fall asleep, and I mean, that's a very good bonding experience, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, we had this beautiful, beautiful house across from Lily and Trucker in the Arcadia district, and I paid high dollar for it. It was absolutely gorgeous. And with all the cancellations, only 2 girls stayed in this entire house, but they bonded.
Yeah.
And they both spoke Spanish because one of them was from, she was from Canada, but she was originally from Mexico. I think they were both from Mexico at one time. Yeah. So they both spoke Spanish, and they just, it was almost just kind of random luck on that one. And they got in the pool, and we couldn't get them out of the pool. They just chat. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I always love these parties. I'm always looking forward to the next one.
Right. So that was the mixer. I thought the mixer went really well. You know, it's funny because we had past attendees who, let's just say, their first trip there, they may have lost their clothes very quickly and became quite uninhibited and just almost was a train wreck, right? Because they drank too much.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it's not just one person; it's multiple people. Right. And then, but it's always funny the second or third time they come, people tend to they're a little more calm. They know what's going on. The anxiety's not as high, and they've got some friends there now, and they have a different experience.
Oh yeah,
it's completely different, than the first time they come.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
interesting.
Once you know people, maybe there is a little bit of a reputation they have to uphold. I'm guessing, you know.
I thought the mixer went really well. Like there was nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's my house, so I have accountability to make sure that nothing bad happens. And you know, the neighbor, my immediate neighbor knew about it, and you know, he texted me the next morning and says, "Oh, we didn't hear a thing." And
no weird emails from the community.
No, not this year. But yeah, it was. They said it was no problem, which is really nice because you know, if we go into the future, it seems like it's a good spot. You know.
Yeah. Well, I thought it went as smooth as it could. It just to get back with some people have different comfort zones in group settings. We had a few attendees who came. They stayed for like 20, 30 minutes, and then they bolted. Oh. And I'm just like, you're okay. You did the first thing. You showed up. And that's, you know, I've got this wristband that says show up because that's the most important thing. So congratulations for doing that. But you got to make a little bit more of an effort.
Right.
If you want to really change your life and add depth to your life and friends and knowledge to your life, you've got to put forth some more effort. Some effort.
Yeah, I think some people, they probably had some preconceived notion, and then if it doesn't meet that, they decide, oh, this is not for me.
Yeah.
But obviously, if they quit at step 1, they don't know what would happen at step 20.
Right.
So that's obviously something that, I think that's a very good point.
Yeah. So I encourage you, whether it's at a Sugarpalooza or regular party, whatever, just give it your best shot. You just never know what's going to come out of it.
Yeah,
you just don't.
And I can tell you that some of the girls that I've had relationships with, their lives changed. You know, I've helped a good number of people paying off a car, buying a new car, paying off debt, student loans, and so if you kind of just walk into a room and say, it's not for me, I mean, you really lose out. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the only one. There are many people in that group that are very willing to, you know, I know you yourself have made so many people's lives better. And these people that quit before they walk in, they would never find out, and they really are missing out in life.
Yeah. So that went well. And then the next day we had a kind of a gathering there before the party bus took us over to the country club. And that was, you know, that's just kind of designed to, you know, have a drink or two, get a few snacks, say hi to everybody. Boy, the girls looked amazing, didn't they? Their outfits.
That was the main event, so they saved their best outfits for that.
It was definitely the main event. Went really well, and then we loaded up that party bus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. So the party bus is kind of expensive. I think it cost us like $1,500 to have it take us 20, 25 minutes and then pick us up at the end of the night and bring us back another 25 minutes. So, I mean, we're talking less than an hour on this party bus.
Right.
But it is the highlight of the party for a lot of people.
It is wild.
It is wild. Yeah.
Yeah, so many people thought that the party bus was the best part of the whole weekend.
I know. So that's why I told Trucker, and Trucker always covers the party bus. That's his contribution to Sugarpalooza. He'll cover the cost of the party bus and the tip, and then, of course, he has his house where they host the brunch on Sunday. But, you know, Lily is like, you know what? I know we're not going to a concert downtown. We're just going to go to your country club, but I still think we need that party bus. I go, you're damn right, we need it.
Oh, yeah.
So we figured out a way to incorporate the party bus into this party. And, oh, my gosh. Just to explain to you guys what the party bus experience is so everybody's a little lubed up. They've had a few drinks before they get on, because you can bring your drinks and alcohol on the party bus. And it holds up to 50 people. It's like the size of a Greyhound bus.
I think it is a Greyhound bus.
Yeah, basically converted. and it's got lights and stripper poles and just long benches. It's got ice chest and the music, and then you somebody will tie into the music, and then the music starts going, and the girls just jump on those poles.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Just
there
start
were
dancing.
girls that had no idea knew how to pole dance, and I was shocked.
Yeah. Our good friend Sugar Daddy from Denmark was on the poles a few times too.
He's one of them.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So even some of the guys were on the poles. It was pretty fun. And then there was a lot of dollar bills being thrown everywhere.
Oh yeah. I mean, I never have cash on me, but now for next time, I'm definitely gonna bring a ton.
Oh my gosh. So that was a lot of fun. Everybody had a great time. I mean, you just look around and the smiles are ear to ear. The grins are from ear to ear on everybody on that party bus.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's
Super.
not enjoying.
Yeah, whether you're doing it or watching.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So it dropped us off at the country club, and we had a great meal. What'd you think of that meal with the short rib? And,
I loaded up.
oh my God, it was so good. I think that was the best meal that we've had so far at the club.
Yeah, for sure.
far, yeah.
Yeah, because I think for the night before it was more hors d'oeuvres and so which is kind of appropriate for the party, the mixer. So I didn't have a big dinner the night before, but then I made up for it when I got to the country club the next day.
Yeah, it was so good. So the country club, and it's the one I'm a member of, and they cordoned off a ballroom for us, and they set up a stage for the band. They had a dance floor. We had a DJ to entertain us for the 2 hours before the band got there, and then we had a photo booth there too.
Oh, the photo booth is so fun.
I'll tell you what, if you guys ever throw a party, I would suggest getting one of those photo booths and nowadays what they do is they set up a little area with lights and a camera and stuff, and it's all digital, and you just put in your phone number and it comes right to your phone.
Oh, it's super fast.
Or
instant.
email or whatever.
You don't
It's
have
instant,
to wait.
Yeah. And they got little props. The cool thing is, so we had a Dua Lipa tribute band, and they made a bunch of props that had her song lyrics in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's going extra.
Yeah. And then they had one of them that said Duapalooza on there. And
Nice.
they had another sign that said "One kiss is all it takes."
Ah, nice.
And then they had another one, "New rules."
Yeah.
It had the rules listed out. There was a lot of great ones. And then I think they had one as "Am I falling in love with the one who's going to break my heart?" They had a
That's
a
right.
sign
That's
there.
very
So
cool.
it was really fun. Yeah, so the photo booth is worth every penny.
Oh, yeah.
The whole night. There was a line of people.
Yeah. I
Just
think I
wanted
got
to
like
get-
5 or 6 pictures.
Yeah, those are great. And those are the ones I'm going to be posting a lot of on the Patreon, of course, with blurred faces, but we got a ton of photos. Even the band afterwards, first thing they did was like, can we go get our photo in the photo booth? And the whole band came over and got their photos made.
Yeah. The photo booth is awesome because it's something you can, take away from the party as a part of the memories, so
Yeah.
it's really nice.
So I thought that went really well. Here's one takeaway that I've noticed now that we're on our 8th party, or we've just finished up our 8th party. So I may do it differently next time, if there is a next time. I don't know these things. I mean, I can only do so
We're still
much.
recovering, so.
I'm still recovering, yeah. So the very first one was actually Dua Lipa concert, and most people stayed in the suite and watched the concert. But then as I noticed, as we've invited more and more people to our suites, and we've even had 2 suites, and I think even one concert we had 3 suites, I'll look around and there's like 6, 7 people in the suite, and then there's like 20 people out in the lobby just socializing.
Yeah.
And the banders are good. They're playing great music, but people really want to socialize and talk to each other and just hang out.
Absolutely.
So I'm sitting there thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't spend so much money on a band, because I spent a lot of money bringing this band in from California, and I loved them. Everybody loved them, but hardly anybody watched them.
Yeah.
Like there was like 3 or 4 or 5 of us on the dance floor, and I'm looking around. Everybody else is outside just having a great time talking to each other. And I'm like, well, maybe this is money not well spent. And if I do just have like a DJ next time, if we do it in-house and don't go to a concert, that would save us a lot of money. And then we could actually reduce the sponsorship fee for the men which maybe will bring in more men.
Oh, absolutely.
'Cause that's the biggest complaint of the girls. Like,
Right.
wow, I wish there was more men.
Right.
You know.
And ultimately, I think these parties are about the people.
Yeah.
It's the friends that you've made or I've made that I want to see over and over. Obviously, new people, a lot of new introductions. So, yeah, I can see why, maybe if it's a band they don't know about, then obviously they end up gravitating towards their friends.
Regardless of the mix, like how many guys there are, how many women there are, you should still come because there are so many people that just didn't show up.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And they just have no idea what they missed.
They missed a lot.
They just have no idea. And I don't know what their reasons were for missing. Anytime you give something away for free to the women, they don't value it as much.
I totally agree.
Even though, I'm paying, if you add it up, I'm paying, $150 per person for them, and they just don't even show up. And it's pretty disappointing.
It is.
Because it was actually some friends of mine who I've met through Seeking.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And they signed up and they just didn't show up.
Yeah.
And it's like annoying. But it's their loss.
It is their loss.
It's their loss. But I want everybody to experience what we're experiencing. And that's what's disappointing for me.
Oh, yeah. It's a highlight. I mean, it's been kind of semi-annual, and it's a highlight twice a year for me. And I always will try to be here for it time and time again.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
All right. Have you guys heard of Podcomet? Well, I haven't either. But they are a sponsor of the show, and let me tell you a little bit about what they do. They have a software called Event Tracker, and this is a federated dashboard for the world of prediction markets. And these markets have become one of the most interesting real-time signals that we have. A live money-backed read on what people actually believe will happen across politics, economics, culture, sports, and more. But the signal is split across many separate venues, each with its own data, its own interface, and its own blind spots. So here's what Event Tracker does. It unifies them all in one spot. They aggregate markets from an unusually wide range of venues, broader than any comparable tool, and present them as one coherent, comparable picture. Live prices, volumes, cross-venue spreads, money flow signals, and news side by side. On top sits an AI layer that lets you ask questions of the whole corpus in plain language. Their goal is to turn a noisy, fragmented landscape into something an ordinary person can actually read with the rigor of a research tool, not the gloss of a tip sheet. So the premise is simple. The data people need to make sense of the world already exists, but is fragmented, inconsistent, and hard to use. They bring it together. Go to podcomet.ai now.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So did you make some new friends this time?
Always.
What'd you think of the Vegas girls?
Oh, they were wild. They were staying at my house.
Yeah, so we have a couple. So when I was in Vegas, I actually have a few fun stories. See if we can get to some of those. But when I was in Vegas, there was this pretty cute girl. And anyway, we decided to meet for brunch. And it was like on a Sunday. And we went down and had drinks at this little restaurant bar in down near Fremont Street, down in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And we just got to talking so much and had so much in common. And we kept having to extend our parking because you have to pay for parking. We kept going. We told the bartender, because we were sitting at the bar, we're like, hey, we got to go out, extend our parking. We'll be right back. We're not trying to skip the bill. So anyway, we just had so much to talk about. And then I asked her, and I was able to be very open with her because she's married.
Right.
And
they both were.
Yeah, they both were. But they've both been in very long marriages. They both have kids. And somehow they've talked with their spouse, and they're open at this point, right?
Yeah, one's been married 20 years, the other one 13 years.
Yeah. So they're open, and the spouse is, and the spouse has their location.
Right.
And they tell them about everything. But they just said, and she's like, look, I love my husband. I'll be with him probably till the day I die. I don't see us ever separating, but the marriage has just gotten so stale and just, we talked about it, and he's enjoying his time with other people, and I get to enjoy my time with other people, and
I think that's great.
yeah, and I've talked about this before. I wasn't raised like that,
Right.
It's always find your girl, have a couple kids, get married, have a couple kids, and live happily ever after. And it just wasn't working for me or anybody I knew.
Right.
And the relationships become stale so fast, and it's like, look, I loved my ex-wife, and we had some great times, but after like 16 years, I just couldn't take it anymore, and she was so rigid that I would never have been able to bring up being open. And I've told people before, and even on the show, if she would allowed me to be open and meet other people and have relations with other people, we'd probably still be married.
Right.
And she was very upset that we got divorced.
I mean, the idea of expecting one person to fulfill every single one of your needs, and that is like an incredible amount of pressure.
Yeah.
To be your best friend, to be your therapist, to be your cook, to be your cleaning person, to be a drinking buddy. I mean, the expectation is, through the roof. And I do kind of think that it might be easier if it's not so strict, where one infraction would just ruin both people's lives.
Yeah. Now, that's just our opinion. You may not feel comfortable doing it that way. That's fine. I'm just saying, for me and everybody else I look at, they're just not loving their marriage after a while.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, it baffles my mind. It's like, why? What's happening? How do we lose this? How do we lose the spark so fast? Or, after 10 years, it's hard to keep it going.
Right.
But it's not that you don't love that person anymore. It's just, it gets to be just monotonous, and you just have a hard time, getting it going again with that person. But a lot of times by opening up, it can help. Right. It's just so against everything I ever was raised to believe.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I even have a hard time saying it.
Right. I mean, I think a new relationship, there is the mystery, there is the chase, there is the intrigue. So on many levels, the unknown is what keeps it fascinating and interesting. But, obviously if you've been married for many, many years, then there's no mystery anymore.
Right.
And that's kind of where it gets kind of boring.
So anyway, I met this girl. She cleared it with her husband, and they drove to Phoenix the next weekend to come party with us.
Oh, nice.
And I'll tell you what, nothing like getting a couple married girls with a hall pass.
That's what they called it, the hall pass.
Oh, exactly. My God. They actually livened up that party pretty well.
Oh, yeah. They brought the Vegas to the party.
Yes, they did. So that was a lot of fun. And Alejandra got along fantastic. Of course, she didn't know what to think. I don't know what to think of this Vegas girl that you met in Vegas coming to this party. But they got along fantastic.
Yeah. They were pretty cool. Yeah.
And
seems
they got
like
their
they'll be coming back.
made, and so it's a nice little Vegas connection now.
Yeah.
That I have. And then let's see who else. So that was definitely some new friends that we made.
Absolutely.
The girl that came from China.
Oh yeah. Shenzhen or near Hong Kong.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun. Nice new friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm following her on Instagram. We've been messaging, so it's really nice. Yeah.
We had a girl come from, and I don't get offended if I leave you out. I'm just grabbing a few here and there. Had a girl come from Canada,
right?
Who was just a fireball.
Oh
Billy
yeah.
And I were like, who was some of the favorite new people that we talked last night for like an hour, and she definitely came up as one of the fantastic personalities.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
Just open. Everybody just loved her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I was very happy with the crew this year. It's kind of a blend of a lot of, I guess, veterans, but also it's always fun to meet new people and have them, be part of the community.
So then, so that wrapped up. I guess, then the party bus home was just as wild. And I don't know, how late did the after party go till?
I can tell you. So I think I went to bed at 1:30 because I was literally falling asleep in a hot tub.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure it was like a little before 3 because I remember waking up and I thought that there was nobody in the house anymore, but the music was still going.
Oh man, there's always a few stragglers. I mean, they will
absolutely
party till you can't party anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Well, very good. And, Mr. Friendly from Denmark. Oh my God. I've got to get some of these videos on Patreon of him on the party bus. I mean, that guy, he was jumping
He can teach pole dancing lessons, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he was giving lap dances to
exactly.
the women. It was so funny, and they were loving it because he really is the friendliest guy you've ever met.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good chap.
Yeah. So that wraps up the party. And then the brunch went really well. I like the brunch a lot because it's just kind of a decompression Sunday.
Right.
Or whatever day we have it on. It's just there's no pressure. Everybody just kind of grabs a bite to eat over at Lillian Trucker's house, and we just chat and chill. This year we watched the World Cup final.
That's right.
It's kind of like watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we just chilled on the couch. Some people chilled over in the pool.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
Yeah, it is a more chill vibe because obviously there's all the anticipation before the party and then 2 days, and obviously everybody's sleep deprived for a little bit, so they sleep in late.
Yeah.
But then it's still nice to see everyone on the third day, and it's not so much like we got to make it to this or whatever. Just get to breakfast and relax.
Right. And then we have a few people that stay a couple days extra, which again that is a power play for you girls and guys.
Imagine living here.
Yeah. It's a time to get to people. It's an opportunity to get to know people on a really personal level.
Oh yeah, especially if you meet somebody special and to have a few extra days with them, you can really build that relationship and then springboard it to something that that's just not just in one weekend. You guys can meet up, fly one person into wherever city, because I've done that quite a few times, and then you kind of turn it into a relationship. So it's great.
Yeah, and I definitely saw some connections made this party. Women connecting with other women, men connecting with women, and even men connecting with other men, and just a bonding, almost just a friendship. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're all like-minded, so.
Yeah. Well, for instance, our friend from Denmark, we've been chatting on Instagram.
Friendly,
for months now, and I've known him from the past parties. But it was really nice to have a day where there isn't the pressure of like trying to meet everybody there. It was like a little bit after the party, and it was a face-to-face, and we got to know more about each other. And a lot of the guys, they go through a lot of the same issues. So if you have another male friend from the community, you guys can bounce ideas off of one another. I mean, it's a really, really nice bond. And there's a guy that podcast Vanboy from Wisconsin, and we're great friends. And we literally are kind of somewhat going through parallel situations. And it really gives us this bond that we have, that we're both going through this. And, both of us are in a situation where we can't really tell our family. So that gives it like almost like a secret cheat code or whatever, like a secret society or something, Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you hosting the mixer and then the pre-party and the after-party. How's your house? Did it survive?
There was some spillage of different things, but, like nothing. I mean, it's worth the price of the friendships and all the fun that we had. It's okay. I mean, all that stuff can be wiped down and it's all taken care of,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely, I definitely had fun, and I definitely value the fact that we can have these gatherings every so often.
Well, everybody had a great time there, and we really appreciate it.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
All right. Have you guys heard of Pod Comet? Well, I haven't either, but they are a sponsor of the show, and let me tell you a little bit about what they do. They have a software called Event Tracker, and this is a federated dashboard for the world of prediction markets. And these markets have become one of the most interesting real-time signals that we have. A live money-backed read on what people actually believe will happen across politics, economics, culture, sports, and more. But the signal is split across many separate venues, each with its own data, its own interface, and its own blind spots. So here's what Event Tracker does. It unifies them all in one spot.
They aggregate markets from an unusually wide range of venues, broader than any comparable tool, and present them as one coherent, comparable picture. Live prices, volumes, cross-venue spreads, money flow signals, and news side by side. On top sits an AI layer that lets you ask questions of the whole corpus in plain language. Their goal is to turn a noisy, fragmented landscape into something an ordinary person can actually read with the rigor of a research tool, not the gloss of a tip sheet. So the premise is simple. The data people need to make sense of the world already exist, but is fragmented, inconsistent, and hard to use. They bring it together. Go to podcomet.ai now.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Let's get into a couple things, because I know that went a little bit long, but we've both had women on allowances.
Yes.
And, there's all kinds of ways that you can compensate your sugar baby. PPM is the most popular,
right,
and it's the least committed.
Right.
Right. And then if you've got one that you've been seeing a lot and you really want to further it, you can put them on like an allowance.
Right.
And I've put girls on allowances. You've put girls on allowances. There's some good and bad
Absolutely.
with allowances.
Right.
And I know both of us are kind of going through some situations right now where we're rethinking the allowance thing.
Right. Yeah, the allowance, I've thought a great deal about this. The allowance is pretty much the holy grail of girls that are in this space, because it is pretty much a fixed income cash flow.
Yeah.
So if you know exactly the amount of financial support you're going to get, you can plan your life way better. You can maybe get a nicer car. You can maybe do a gym membership that is a little bit nicer than what you've had. You can know that you're going to pay off whatever debt that you have. So for them, it's great for planning. For the guys, it's a risk, because the PPM is just a one-to-one accountability. You know what you're getting, they know what they're getting, and it's a very clean transaction, I guess.
Yeah.
In that sense. So in that way, most guys prefer the PPM because it allows them, I don't want to say control, but it allows them the understanding that it doesn't get out of control. And my experiences with the allowance is that it's easy for me to do the regular payment every 2 weeks or whenever it is every month. That's easy to do because it's obviously just send a Venmo. It takes me 10 seconds on the phone. But the other part is that the men have an expectation that their needs are also going to be met also in a consistent manner. And that oftentimes is not, it's challenging, I feel, and from my experience. For instance, I had somebody that I put on an allowance. She was really negotiated hard on doing the allowance. She didn't want to do a PPM. She thought the connotation of PPM was something that she really did not want to be associated with. And I gave it a little bit of a shot. And then literally at the first 2 weeks, I flew down to Phoenix and she canceled on me 3 times, and I wasn't living here at the time. And so I'm like, what am I sitting here around doing nothing, just getting canceled on? And so there is some level of expectation. Is if I'm being consistent with you, the man is going to expect consistency as well. And I think for a lot of women, I've talked to women about this, especially women that have known the man for a long time. The idea is that, well, so-and-so cares for me, loves me, and the financial consistency is a way to demonstrate this person's care for me, or love for me. So they see it as that, which I can understand. But at the same time, if it was a situation where the guy is supporting you, and then there is literally you're always busy, you can't do it, it's going to erode their relationship. What the man is going to feel that he is really not getting the return on investment in some ways, whereas a PPM, if you don't see the person, they're not getting paid, so you don't really have to worry about it. And whereas the allowance, it sometimes does become a runaway cost, because if you're not able to see the person, then it just creates a dynamic where the man is always going to be in the red, in a deficit. And the more it adds, the more resentment gets built up by the guy. So in my opinion, the allowance really works if there is a way to establish consistency. So I travel a lot, so that is an inherent problem because I can't be in one place, enough so that the other person that is on the allowance can see me frequently enough. So it's not really the fault of the girl, it's because I'm not physically in a certain place.
Yeah.
So, but I do think that if both the guy and the girl are in the same city and neither travel a great deal, that would kind of work. And also, I kind of noticed that there are certain features that once you're on an allowance, if you're able to do these things, I think it'll give you like such a head start in terms of making the allowance work. So obviously, the woman is being taken care of with the financial help, right? What I think the mindset of the woman that is benefiting should be, well, what places can I make the man's life better? I've had girls that would cook for me. They would try to reorganize my house in a way that's better. They would even sometimes do laundry for me. They would sometimes even clean my house for me. And all these little gestures obviously don't require dollar bills, but it shows care, it shows investment. And that's kind of what the guy is looking for. They want to know that I'm investing in you financially, but I don't want you to just sit there and just kind of not do anything. The men want to see that the girl is investing in him as well. And all these little things, the girl that stayed with me just for this past weekend, she made some eggs for me. I mean, that was such a nice gesture. She didn't have to do that. But just the fact that she did that, it made me feel taken care of, just the same way that the man is giving the money as a way to demonstrate that I'm taking care of you.
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of like one piece of, I guess, advice that I want to impart on the girls. It's one thing to kind of know that you're being taken care of, but if you want the relationship to be sustainable, it has to be, both sides. Each side has to give 50-50, in some level,
Yeah, so I don't mind an allowance, but it can make room for resentment.
Right.
Because when I put somebody on an allowance and then I have my needs sexually, emotionally, I have a whole set of things. Help around the house, just things like you said, nice gestures. And then when you don't see those or they're starting to become infrequent.
Right.
Or they're like I was in an open relationship and she couldn't see me because she had a date with another guy. And I'm just like, okay, well, if it was a PPM situation,
right,
then I'm like, fine, okay. I'll see you on another day. But that money's coming, so you're not as motivated to work for it.
Yes.
That money's guaranteed in your account every week. So you're like, well, you know what? He can only see me on this day, so I'm going to go see him, and then I'll get you another time.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'll keep my mouth shut for a little while, but then after a while, it just builds and builds and builds, and then it's going to blow up.
Oh, that's exactly right. I mean, that one person that I started to do the allowance, and then she canceled on me 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so on the short end of the stick there is I don't even know how to remedy that. Are you going to try to reschedule it? So I do kind of think that when something is maybe, maybe it's like the mean people that work at the post office, they know they're getting paid, so they don't have to be nice to you, I
know, right?
Yeah. But it's, it's not so, that's an exaggeration. But the point is that the men oftentimes feel that because the money is there already, maybe it's at the front of the month. I mean, I've definitely had situations where the allowance started and it was fine, things were going great, the effort was really nice, and then it just dropped off and for whatever reason, can't have intimacy for a few weeks, and then the cooking kind of stopped, and and just the attention kind of stopped, and then you're still paying.
I know. I don't want to equate it to our welfare system, but there's a lot of parallels there where when people are getting the money regardless, they make less of an effort over time.
Yeah.
They don't have to make the same effort and they still get the same money.
Right.
And so it's a natural thing for people to fall into. When I was in the restaurant business, I worked right next to the Indian reservation here in Phoenix, and I would hire a few people from the Indian reservation. I hate stereotype, but 99% of them had the worst work ethic, and they just, they would come when they felt like it, and when they didn't feel like it, they wouldn't show up for work. And I'm like, what's wrong with it? And they're like, somebody told me they get all that free money. Like they get all that money every single month, or they get the check. They don't have to work. They don't have to perform because they're guaranteed this money. So the nice thing about allowance is that if you're seeing somebody and you're taking care of them, you don't have to worry about the transactional part, and you can see them 3 or 4 or 5 times in a week, and it's all the same. But it's just a natural progression for a lot of people who are receiving the allowance to start making less of an effort.
Right. I mean, I've definitely noticed that on my end.
I've noticed it too.
Oftentimes, like, what the girls sometimes comes as a shock to them, that once you agree to an allowance, is not like you're agreeing to a 10-year contract.
Yeah.
Oftentimes the guys are going to be like, well, okay, let's do the allowance and see how it goes.
Right.
So it's not like, once you have the allowance, then it's like you got into Harvard and you don't have to do any studying. You're done. I mean, there's still, it still has to be, I mean, it's just like a marriage, right? Once you get married, like, it's not like the job interview is over and you don't have to do anything afterwards, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like I would always want to strive for a dynamic where both people are happy. I don't want them to feel like that I'm only getting my needs met and then they don't have any level of consistency, and then they're stressed out because they don't know when I'm going to come back to see them or whatever, especially like people that are out of state or whatever, But at the same time, from my experience, every time I go on an allowance, I'm financially vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because it's challenging to be able to get the accountability. If you have a situation where like it's already taken out of your Venmo account automatically, then it's really, really crazy, So that's why I kind of impart that story that, look for places where you feel like the man can use help in that he can't already do himself or hire somebody else to do. Because if you can do something that materially would make his life better, he's going to feel great. He's going to feel that he's getting something that, getting the care, getting the nurturing, getting the affection. I mean, obviously somebody that cooks steak for me, I feel taken care of. Yeah. It's a very nice feeling. And I'm not saying that like, well, this steak costs $25, so therefore you have to make like 30 steaks. You know what I mean? But it's just like the effort is very, it's obvious to the guy. And if the person is of the mindset to make the effort, like I've kind of noticed that on social media, a lot of women are kind of judging men based upon like, well, what can this guy provide? Like, how much better can this guy provide over the next guy? I mean, that is true, but at the same time, and this is, if people don't know this, in the sugar world, there are more pretty women than there are well-to-do men that can provide financially consistently. So if some women want that guy, there are many other women that want that guy. So that guy is in the perspective of comparing the situations that he's had or he has now or he's had before, and seeing like, well, like I know this person will, if I put them on an allowance, they will want to travel with me. They will literally like take care of like things around the house that I don't even think of, maybe help me plan travel, make my life better, versus another girl who's just kind of like, is this guy wealthy enough, or is this guy going to be generous enough? Is he going to pay for my Prada shoes? And it's like, if you have a gamut of options of experience to compare against, the woman that is willing to do more for the guy is going to win.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. The other thing is like when somebody's on PPM, like a golfer girl, she's on PPM.
Yeah.
She'll reach out to me like, hey, I'd love to see you, blah, blah, blah. Let's set something up.
Yeah.
She's making an effort because she knows she's not on an allowance.
Yeah.
If she doesn't see me, then she doesn't get her money that week.
Exactly.
Right, or whatever. So
yeah.
Anyway, there's pros and cons to both. I'm not telling you men and women what's better or what's worse. We're just discussing our experiences.
Well, I can tell you some stories from New York City. So I've heard through just my sources, or actually my sugar baby in New York, that in New York is an environment where there is just obviously so many people, and it seems like there are more women than other places that are sugar babies, right? So it's a more competitive market. There are men that are not very attractive at all, that are quite old, and they'll have like 8 girls and they're all on PPM. So it's literally all on the man's control.
Yeah.
You know, I'll see them when I want to see them, but if I don't want to see them, they don't get anything, you know? And it's much tougher in that environment to get somebody to give an allowance because the guy just has like a plethora of options. He doesn't need to do anything in terms of giving a girl an allowance. You know?
Economics 101, supply and demand.
Supply and demand, exactly. Yeah. It's a fascinating thing, though, because I've seen some pictures of these guys. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming in. We've run out of time already. It goes very, very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to do it again real soon since you're, in Phoenix a lot now.
Yeah.
What do you think of our new studio?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I love the last place, too.
Yeah. This is great.
But this one has a even bigger TV screen.
Yeah. Of course, you guys can't see us, but they do a lot of video and audio here at Pod Populi in Old Town Scottsdale. So we'll give them a free plug. We appreciate everything that they've done for us and making a really nice recording environment. But yeah, if you guys, like I said, if you want to see behind the scenes photos and videos and all that good stuff from the party, go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. And we'd really appreciate you joining our family. And, I don't know. We'll see when the next one will be. You just never know.
Yeah.
But and we do appreciate all your letters and your comments, even the haters. Oh my God, I was on I was on Reddit today. I shouldn't have done this, and people were bad mouthing me. Like they're
no.
don't listen to Marcus. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, you know what? I may not know what I'm talking about, but I've been doing this for 10 years. I have a pretty good idea what's going on.
Absolutely.
Whether you like it or not, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because I don't. It's just you. It's just funny because here it is, just you and me in this empty room talking into a microphone. I never realized like how many people this actually reaches from all over the world. We do appreciate our listeners, and I'll take feedback, good or bad. I don't give a fuck. I do give a fuck what you say, and it does mean something to me. But I'm going to just continue to tell you how I see it, how I experience it, how other people are experiencing it, and we'll just go from there and just learn from each other.
Oh, yeah.
So that's it. That's all I can do. All right. Thanks again, Jay.
All right. Thank you.
Until next time.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.